Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today we are going to be creating this adorable card using products from close to my heart. So some of these items are retired and some of them are in the online only section of the website. But I just wanted to create a really cute card using Olivia. On my last card set that I made using these Besties stamp sets, I didn't get a chance to use her. So I'm actually just putting her on all three cards. What I did was change her hair color and skin tone and her outfit. So it's the exact same stamp, just used three different ways. So on the inside, I kind of kept it really simple, just a little greeting. On the inside, I do believe that the stamp set that I'm using is unfortunately retired, but this is just such a good stamp set that I use it pretty much on all my birthday cards. So for this card, I am just using the white bases. These come right from close to my heart with the envelopes in them. So these are just the standard A2 card sizes right there. The piece right here, this is 4.5 by 3, or 4 1/4 by 3.5, and that's just going to go right down in the middle. And again, I'm keeping these all exactly the same just to kind of make it a little easier on myself. I do have a lot of cards I need to send out in the month of May. So essentially, I just wanted to do something where they look a little bit different, but essentially the exact same card. So then this one right here is 2 1/4 by 5.5, so it stretches all the way across the card base. This piece of glitter trim, which I absolutely love this, that is a 1/4 of an inch, again, by 5.5. And I'm just kind of putting it a little bit overlapping the pattern paper and the cardstock. Now this pattern paper right here is from the Party Time collection, and that is still available. This sentiment right here, this one is Happy Birthday. The other one was Birthday Hello. And then I used the scalloped brackets. This one right here, the smaller one on top, creates this. I'm just going to put this right over here in the corner, but I wanted to make sure that it was raised a little bit. So I am actually using the thin 3D foam dots, so the thin ones. These are a little less bulky. I am mailing all of these, so I didn't want the cards to cost any extra. So I'm trying to use a little bit of lift just to kind of give it some dimension to the card, but not too much expense. And then right here is the little Olivia. I changed her up. I gave this girl a lot darker hair color. And then she's wearing more of the pink and purple. So go ahead and I'm going to also lift her up. And the colors I used were the tri-blend markers from Spectrum Noir that Close to My Heart carries, and I will show you in a second which ones I used. I used a whole bunch of them. I didn't do anything too fancy with the shading. I did try to kind of shade or give a little bit of dimension to the heart balloons. So what I did is the colors that I used, I started with the dark, I went to the medium, and then the light in the middle, and then went all over it again. So it kind of gives a little bit of dimension to it. It's not so flat. And then right there on the heart, I ended up using just a silver gel pen just to kind of color that part in. So for the hair, I used all of these colors, and I used them on all three of them. So just kind of a mixture of them. Typically when I use these markers, I do use the light, dark, and the medium. Then for the skin tone, I decided to use these colors, and I gave every girl a different shade. And then the outfits, I ended up using all of these colors. And I just wanted to make them pretty and bright. And again, I would use the lightest shade of all of these. And then for the puppy, I ended up using the brown gray blend, which this does not want to focus. Let's see if the other side will focus. There we go. The brown gray blend, and I ended up using the lightest color and then the medium color as well. So the little puppy gets lifted as well. I'm going to put him right next to her. And then the hearts as well, I had them all kind of lifted. And I just kind of place them a little higher than each other, kind of overlapping. All I really needed was one of them to have the string kind of down by her hand, because the other ones kind of just overlap each other. So she's technically not holding them, but it kind of gives the illusion that she is. Because the heart actually belongs to the Lucy stamp set. And this does not want to stick down. There we go. Which I will show you in a second. So then I just kind of overlap them. So then there they are. And then I pulled out some of my stash and just kind of some sequins and some gems just to kind of see which ones would go best with all of this. And I do have, let's see here, here's more of like a purple shade. Kind of using up what I got. I think I will use these little guys. And I'll have to put a big one right there. I'm not loving the big one right there. I think I'm just going to use a little purple one and kind of change that up a little bit. So here is card number 2. Then I'll go ahead and just get the inside stamped. Again, I'm using a retired stamp set. Right here, this is the birthday greetings. And this just has such really good sentiments, parts that you can use on the inside or the outside of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that on that little sheet that comes with it, just because it is so much easier. You get a much crisper, cleaner stamp if you use that little carrier that comes with it. It's like a built-in stamp press. It's nice. So I'm just going to ink that right up. This one is going to be the raspberry. Put that down. Use the little chamois to kind of clean them off. And these ones I didn't need to season before because, again, I've used these so often that they are already seasoned and ready to go. And then that fun little swirl just right at the bottom kind of adds a little something. Go ahead, get that put away. And then the only thing in the front is I wanted to add some shimmer to the pink background. So I am just using the clear shimmer brush and just kind of going all around that pink just to add a little bit of shimmer. Because these are fun birthday cards, and I just think birthday cards are more fun when you add just a little bit of shimmer to it. So you can kind of see all the shimmer. So you get the shimmer from the shimmer brush and then right there on that strip of glitter paper. So this is card number 2. You go ahead and fold it. I love these card bases. They are cut and scored for you, and they are just perfect, especially if you have a lot of cards to create and you just want to kind of get them done real quick. This next one, I'm just kind of using the lagoon background. So this one's kind of going to have more of a greenish tone to it for the whole set. And again, the little puppy, I made sure I colored their little bandana to match as well. And again, the paper pack that I'm using is the Party Time, and Party Time is really fun. It comes with a whole bunch of really fun pattern paper. They're two-sided. One-sided is definitely more girl-themed, and the other side is definitely more boy-themed. So you get a lot of variety in that one little paper pack. It's really awesome. Again, with the little 3D foam right on the back. Kind of putting it down. And where I drew inspiration from this card is I actually went through a lot of my old kits, and I keep the instructions that are with the old kits. So even though I've already created the old kits, I like to keep the instructions just because you can make that layout again, maybe not with the same pattern paper, but it is pretty easy to kind of look at the design and kind of go off of that. So I keep them to kind of draw inspiration from. So what I did is I went through some of my very old ones, and I ended up finding a card for Make a Splash. So right here is kind of the card design that I went off of, and you can kind of see where I drew the elements from. So they, you know, their main focus was the inside circle, but I really liked the simplicity of this, and I figured the girl would still be the show point or the showcase in the card. So this is actually where I drew it from. And again, I just keep them all. I just have them all kind of organized. That way I can, if I'm in like a rut or I'm not sure what exactly to do for either a card or a layout, I can just kind of pull from there and I have inspiration right away. So last is this cute little puppy. Get him right down there. And I know I said this last time with the puppy, but I just love that they have the little lines for his tail wagging, and I just think that is honestly one of the most adorable little elements. I'm going to go ahead and just add the shimmer to that lagoon color. And I really love these shimmer brushes because I love the clear. I think clear is probably my most used and favorite because it can go on anything. It won't pick up, you know, the ink color, so it won't transfer over. It'll still give the paper its original color, but then you will have the fun shimmer and shine. So again, for the inside, doing the exact same stamp, just going to use the lagoon color this time. Gonna go ahead, ink that up. I kind of squish it down and squish it around. Make sure my ink is the right way, or my stamp is the right way. Push down, hold it down, good amount of pressure, and perfect image. And again, I like using these little carrier sheets that the stamps come on. And let's see here. The little swirls right at the bottom. You can use the Versamats as well. Those are really good cushions too to get really good stamped images. But these just come with it. So if you don't have your Versamat either on hand or you just don't have one, these work perfectly. And then in the front of this, I do have some kind of almost emerald color. I have a darker color. I do have these really pretty flowers, and I believe these were also from the Make a Splash collection. I have some of these as well. These are kind of more or less iridescent. These are kind of really pretty. This will kind of change it a bit if I use the sequins versus the gems on this one. I must think the bigger one. The bigger one should go up there. The glue is sticking though. These are nice because they're self-adhesive, but sometimes it sticks there. So I might need a... I'll have to glue that one later. But here is this finished card, and I decided to use the sequins instead of the gems this time. So these are the 3 cards, and again, this is using the Olivia Stamp set. So this is the Besties collection. I did opt to get the ones with the Thincuts. You can get them with or without. If it's got this nice little blue shade around it, that means the Thincut comes with it. And then I used the heart for the Lucy. So same thing, I opted for the Thincuts and then just used the hearts on this. So what I love about those Besties collection is you can kind of mix and match them. The puppy came with Olivia, but I know I used it on a different card with a different girl. So here are my 3 birthday cards that I made because I do have a lot of birthdays in May. I'm going to go ahead and get these sent out today. I really hope the recipients enjoy them. Thank you so much for crafting with me, and I will see you all next time.